Today we have a very special video in store for you. So this month marks our 4-year anniversary for restoration work on this project. Over the years I've gotten quite a wide variety of questions regarding what kind of manual or manuals I'm using to restore this car. Also, I get a lot of questions asking about lubricants, what do I recommend, what kind of tool am I using, where do I source my parts, and that sort of thing. So in today's video we're going to try and answer some of those questions. But first, let's take a look at the manuals I'm using to restore this car. After that, we'll talk about suppliers and roll out a big surprise. So the first set of manuals I always go to as a default manual would be my Volume 1 and Volume 2 of the factory service manual. Really good manuals. They got all the specs in there that you'll need. Not really intended for a full rotisserie restoration, so this won't really be enough information in here if you're going to do a complete restoration on your car. However, plenty of information in there to do all the servicing you need, and a real good starting point. Also, these manuals here, these are original. Print date on these was 1965 through 1970 revisions. Condition is mint, and literally took me 2 years to acquire this set. So I'm on eBay all the time looking for parts and pieces, literally searching for this every day, every morning, every evening before I go to bed, and 2 years to get this set. So real happy with this one. So when I want to use them, what I do is I just thumb through there, find out the subject I want to take print out, and then I make a copy of it. Like you can see over here, just make a copy, and then I work off the copy. That way I'm not damaging my service manuals. And then the next type of manual that I love these manuals. Haynes Manual, really good manual. I actually grew up on these manuals. I took my first engine out of my car when I was 17 and rebuilt it using a Haynes. My dad actually knew John Haynes back in the late 1970s. He worked for a company in California at that time who was a sole distributor for Haynes, and would always bring home some manuals, and I just love going through them. But really well written, very easy to understand for the DIY guy, and definitely something you would need for part of your manual collection. The next must-have book in your collection is going to be this one here by Wayne Dempsey. Wayne and Tom were actually the founders of Pelican Parts, a real good quality parts supplier for Porsche and other cars. This particular book, so well written, very easy to understand, and this is a modern version of our Porsche original factory manuals. So you're going to find information and service updates in here that you won't find in your original factory manuals. So it has revised information in here from bulletins that had gone around back in those days, so they can keep you up to date with any changes or recommended modifications to your engine. This book here, I don't see how you could possibly rebuild a Porsche engine without this one in your collection. And then the next type of book you're going to want for your collection is something that can get you back to original factory spec as far as how your car was equipped when it came from the factory, the subtle differences from year to year, model to model. These kind of books are great, especially if you're working on a car that's missing half the parts. This particular one here, written by Dr. Brett Johnson, this is the one I'm using, very well written. There's another nice one out by Peter Morgan, that's a good copy too. But you'll need something like this to get you back to original factory equipment, per VIN numbers, per year. Real big help on your restoration. And then another real good book I would recommend, especially if your car is equipped with Weber carburetors. This one here is written by Pat Braden. Real good book as far as information. It's got plenty of diagrams in there, plenty of pictures. It's going to show you how to work on your Porsche carburetors. And this kind of book here is a nice addition to your factory service manual because more modern version, and very easy to understand how the carburetors work. You'll be able to take your carburetors apart, service them, and give you a little bit more confidence working with those Webers if you have something like this to add to your collection. And then another book I like is this Redbook Porsche 911. Not necessary though for a full restoration. This book is handy just to get information on your car as far as production numbers and how they were equipped. Lots of pictures, lots of technical information in there. Real good book if you're shopping for a car. This would be very helpful. Now, this particular book right here, this is a must. You're going to need an owner's manual. There's a lot of information in the owner's manual you're not going to find in the service manuals.
Inside your owner's manual, you're going to find how to break the car in, how to use certain equipment on the car. If you're restoring a car that's missing a lot of parts and pieces and you're not really sure what goes where, this is a real good explanation of all the instruments on your dashboard, how your windshield wipers work, all the buttons and switches. This is a definite must. This particular book here, this one took me 3.5 years to get this one. I was on eBay literally every day, 3 to 4 times a day, until this one surfaced. Very, very rare. It's mint condition. It's never been used. This was in such pristine condition when it arrived. I could still smell the ink on the inside of the pages. Let me open it up for you. I'll show you what the inside looks like. All right, let's look at the condition of this thing and then the date code on there. So this particular one is 1166, which would be a date match to my particular car. As you can see, just slight yellowing on the edging there, and just ever so slight around the perimeter, but just amazing condition. I don't know how this survived time in this condition, but really just an amazing historical piece here that we managed to acquire for this car. Also, the guy I bought it from, he was a baseball card collector and vendor on eBay, so how he came across this manual I have no idea. Might have been an estate or something like that. And then looking at our electrical fold-out on the inside, nice fold-out there, all kinds of technical information inside here. Definitely need one of these to complement your car and also go with your manual collection. Just really thrilled to have this.
All right, so next let's talk about suppliers and what you're going to need to get you through your restoration. As you can see, quite a wide variety of things you're going to be getting into. You're going to need supplies, you'll need lubricants, you'll need tooling, you're going to need car parts. So for this restoration, I mainly rely on genuine Porsche for this particular project. It's not necessarily always more expensive than the aftermarket. I buy directly from Porsche, usually it's discounted, and I seldom have an issue with that. So that's my default go-to. When I go to the aftermarket, I have probably a half a dozen very reliable, very high quality Porsche parts suppliers. There isn't any one particular Porsche parts warehouse that you can rely on 100% that is going to get you through your restoration. It's just not possible to stock that many parts. One may be a specialty at supplying you with one thing, the other may be a specialty at supplying you with something else. It's really going to be up to you to put your team together of what works best for you. Also, another thing is prices are all over the road. Same part, this supplier sells it for one price, this one sells it for something different, Porsche sells it for another price. So you really got to do your shopping when it comes to your parts and your supplies. Supplies, what do we use? What I have laid out here in the bench here is some of the things I've used on this car. And part of what this video is about is a big unveiling today. So I have formed 2 partnerships this year, one with Amazon and one with eBay. And you're probably wondering, well, how's that going to help us here with car parts and getting my car restored? Well, the first thing, Amazon has grown quite a bit here in the last couple of years. Virtually everything is sold on Amazon, not necessarily car parts, but car supplies. So what I've been able to do is harness the power of Amazon. I'm going to bring it to you. It's secure, it's powerful, they have a shipping and return policy. You don't have to worry about buying something, spending all this money on shipping, and then having to return it, spending the money on return shipping. Can be a real issue on your restoration. So what I've done is I've put together an entire store. If you've seen it in one of my videos, there's a very good chance you're going to find it in this store. So it's our 4-year anniversary, my anniversary present to you guys. I hope that you'll be able to take advantage of this store. Find what you need in there. I get a lot of questions. What do I need? How do I get a hold of it? Now you've got a one-stop shop. You can go to that store. It's organized by page. You've got sandblasting in there, paint stripping in there. You got tooling in there, body work in there. It's all there, guys. Whatever you need to get your car back on the road, you can find it in that store. So that's it for this video, guys. Happy anniversary, and thanks for sticking with me over the past 4 years. I appreciate all the positive feedback, all the comments, and all the inspiration. This is just kind of my way of helping you guys get your cars back on the road. Hopefully it's going to work out for you. I'm going to put a link to the store description down below. Go ahead and click that on. And also, you can follow the store because I'm going to be uploading new products and new things as they come about on Amazon. I'm going to build this store up into something really cool. Even I shop at my own store. It's so cool. It's so convenient. It's quick. Everything's there. It's all organized. One-stop shop. Check it out. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.